So such hope and enthusiasm is well placed, as the envisioned journey of Bangko is one that we know can contribute to our shared objective of making our financial system not only stronger but more inclusive. At the BSP, financial inclusion is and will continue to be our humble part in the inclusive growth agenda of the government. Governor Lester A. Espinilla Jr., in his inaugural speech as the BSP chief, has made pronouncements that this term will be characterized not only by continuity in our pursuit of monetary and financial stability, but also a dedicated pursuit of financial inclusion. So this is in recognition that a strong and stable macroeconomic and financial environment to be truly meaningful needs to be inclusive, to create jobs and to improve welfare. I see the launch of Bangko as a direct response to the call of the BSP governor to bring banking services closer to the people. Those who need financial services can pay for them but are still unserved. So with Bangko's focus on self-employed micro-entrepreneurs, or the SEMES, small businesses will have easy access to affordable and appropriately designed loans and other financial services in order for them to fund their operations and grow their business. I laud your approach of tailor-fitting not only the design, but even the delivery channels of your negosyo for loans. And in addition, the idea of Bangko Pares and Bangko Mares, who can also provide much-needed business advice, will surely add value to your service. With access to financial services, SEMES can generate income for their families and employment for the broader community. So imagine multiplying this success story many times over. So our SEMES can certainly drive inclusive growth where no one is left behind. So on the part of the BSP, we recognize that in order for financial service providers like you to fully achieve their objectives, the operating environment should be really enabling. We continue to do this through our regulations. The relevant and recent ones include our Agri-Value Chain Financing Guidelines, the cash agent regulations, and our amended AML rules, among others. But apart from regulations, we are active in working with partners to further strengthen the financial infrastructure that will support financing to micro, small, and medium enterprises or the MSMEs. So these include credit information systems, several transactions or the secure transactions and collateral registries, and the credit guarantee programs. So these are necessary infrastructure that must be in place to truly lead to effective and sustainable results. We also remain open to innovation and believe that finding new ways of doing things can help us improve and evolve. We believe that innovative solutions, whether in product design or service delivery, need not be stifled but instead be allowed to operate in an environment where the risks associated with such innovations are adequately understood and addressed, and where there is proportionate application of sound principles so that rules and regulations are neither too lax nor too restrictive. At present, the BSP sets its sights on digital innovations as the primary catalyst to reach greater scale. To achieve this, we are addressing the functional limitations, particularly on lack of interoperability in the digital finance ecosystem. So this is the motivation behind the National Retail Payment System, or the NRPS, which aims to enable customers to make electronic fund transfers and payments from one account to any account in a safe, efficient, affordable, and reliable manner. And in parallel, we are working on regulations to democratize access to an account and coordinating with government on ways to develop a biometric identification system. So I think this would also really help Bangko a lot. We also remain open, of course, to developments in financial technology or fintech, while cognizant of emerging risks such as business interruptions, network vulnerabilities, and concerns about data privacy, security, financial integrity, and consumer protection. As the fundamental conditions to build a thriving digital finance ecosystem are met, it is exciting to envision how digital solutions can expand the reach of financial services in the country at a much lower cost on a massive scale, benefiting both the providers and the consumers. So it is in this light of innovation and dynamism where I also want to recognize the Bangko journey. When BPI Globe Bangko was established in 2009, you had a noble and ambitious goal: to bank the unbanked and contribute to the reduction of poverty in the country. As a microfinance engaged bank tapping branchless banking solutions, it was able to serve low-income people through its wide network of retail agents, employing simplified onboarding rules so that people can have easy access to a savings account, loan, microinsurance, and payment on remittance service. I know that you had several changes in terms of your approach to find the best way to achieve your objectives. You are not afraid to question your approach and tweak as necessary. And as the saying goes, instead of trying to be perfect the first time, you do something that's doing the first time and trying to perfect it. You simply aim to get better over time. That's really the Bangko. That's the power of iteration. So in mathematics, for instance, iteration is the process of applying a function repeatedly to approximate a complex numerical problem. So same goes in real life. It is through the continuous process of testing and learning that we are able to address our problem and achieve our goal. I think that's really Bangko's journey. I am confident that after learning from your gains and experience through BPI Direct and Bangko, you are now ready to test and learn from your new business model. This time, braver, stronger, and smarter than before. So this mindset is what we hope to cultivate so that we can continuously find ways to serve more and more people. So our challenge is clear. Only 31% of Filipino adults own a formal account. And we all have, of course, surely a long way to go. Rest assured that the BSP will continue to nurture an enabling regulatory environment that allows market-based solutions to thrive and create space for innovations that allow both the financial institutions and financial consumers to seize the opportunities before them. So